Hello there, YouTube world. My name is Mr. Woody, and um, this is my entrance, or whatever you want to call it, into Goldglove's little mini contest he's having on his channel to record his gameplay and then analyze it, and then he'll choose the best one. So I guess you guys already knew that, but this is, this is my attempt at it. So right now he is playing some domination on Summit. He's using the AK-74U with grip. Oh, and right here, I don't like where he went here. He ends up getting the flag, but he's very exposed to the other team because they're spawning at A. So you usually don't want to sit there. You want to try and maybe find a spot off to the side, because most flags on Call of Duties have little spots off to the side that not many people know about, and you can kind of like sneak around the corner and get them. But to finish his class off, he's, as I already said, he's using 74U with grip. He's using Sleight of Hand Pro and Marathon. Now, Hardline, I don't really agree with for domination on Summit, because it's usually pretty fast paced and there's a very high chance you'll die. But I guess that's personal preference. Sleight of Hand Pro, which is good for a submachine gun at a close map. Then Marathon to get around faster. So that's an all good class, except maybe for the hardline. Maybe he could have switched that out for well, Ghost might have helped, because I noticed his team was calling in a lot of UAVs. But that's you know, it's all personal preference really for what perks you want to use. But right here, I want to point something out, that Goldglove doesn't run right towards B, even though the other team has it. He realizes that his teammates just ran over there, and he realizes that the other team has C, so they're obviously going to spawn there. So what he did was he cut off the route from where he was, so they couldn't get over there. So in a way, there should be like an assisted capture, because he killed, I think it was 2 people there, which gave his team the flag. So good play. And the rest of his class, he has Semtexes, which it's really personal preference whether you like frags or Semtexes. Some people like to cook grenades, some people like the Semtexes just sticking. I guess Goldglove usually likes the Semtex. I personally like the Semtex. I personally just think it has more of a blast radius, but I don't actually think it does. And whenever I try and cook a grenade, it doesn't work out too well. So right now, his team is winning 54-34, so that's a pretty decent lead. They are triple capping the other team, which is not a very good idea in Black Ops, because the spawns are so random. So you never really know where they spawn. They could be spawning at A and C at the same time. Now here, I like his choice of tactical insertion, so he can shoot down at the guys who are coming into B from A. So if he dies up here, which is a very high traffic area, then he spawns in right back. So that was a very smart play, and there he gets his kill streak, he gets his napalm strike. I don't think he gets any of his higher kill streaks, so we don't know what else he's running, but the team he was playing against, if you haven't noticed, they were all Huppet.com, or they were either copying his clan tag, but they seem like a very organized team, so maybe that's why. But if you watch this gameplay, I watched it from their perspectives. They seem like, I can't hear their voices, but they seem like they're pretty organized. They know what they're doing. They're not running around. They're taking control of the map, and Goldglove's team doesn't really seem to be trying to do that. It seems like it's basically him trying to do it, but you know, every once in a while you get paired up with maybe a bad team every now and again. And then, as you guys probably know, if you're in a full party, that if you're decent at the game, there's really high chance you'll win the game if you have good communication. And I don't think Goldglove maybe had that this game. Maybe he did, and just things weren't going his team's way. Like he ends up with, I think, a 1.5 kill death this game, which is, I think, his lowest that I could find out of his 100 games I looked at. But which just shows that he's a strong player, because I watched like about 10 of them, and he plays the objective in every single one. So just shows that he is a very strong player, and that he goes for the objective all the time, because if he always went for the objectives, I'm sure his kill death could be a lot higher, but he takes the deaths going for the flags. And if you noticed, right now his team's getting spawn trapped at C, and his team is getting a lot of grenades getting thrown at him right now. So what I would recommend for him is to switch to a class, if the same gun, if you want a different gun, doesn't matter, with flak jacket on, because flak jacket on, you can, with such a B flag that's in such a pivotal point in the map, it's hard to take without getting many grenades thrown at you. So flak jacket, I think, would help him very much. But I guess maybe he just wanted to get back in the fight and didn't want to wait the couple seconds to maybe switch a different class, or just didn't have a flak jacket class at the time. And then right here, I think it would benefit his team if he would have thrown a smoke at the flag, because it only seems like there's not that many people around there. But instead, he throws it out there, which isn't really gonna hide anything out there, because that's where the other team is spawning. So I think it would have been more of an advantage to him and his team if he would have thrown it at B, because they could have hidden the smoke screen and taken the flag. So there he gets kind of an unlucky death, kind of aim failed, but every now and again that's gonna happen. It's unavoidable. And he goes back into the spot here again at B and ends up getting shot from the side, because like I said before, it's a very exposed spot. Maybe he just really likes going to that spot, or it's just an accident, but it just seems like it's very exposed, so you can get shot from many different angles sitting there. Nades can come at you pretty easily. So I don't think that was the smartest idea. Yeah, his team's kind of, they're not like I said before, they're not taking control of the map. And in domination on a small map, you gotta take the good points on the map. Call it camping, call it whatever, but you gotta take the good points on the map. Then just keep blocking off the choke points for the other team. But one thing that I don't think was helping him this game is the amount of counter spy planes the other team's gotten. I watched this gameplay a couple times, and almost about 1/4 of the whole time he does not have a UAV, while the other team does. The other team, I think most of them are running spy plane and counter spy plane, so he's getting countered and they can see him. And if you just heard, the other team just called in a blackbird. So now what I like to do when there is a blackbird for the other team is I like to stay away as far as possible from them, while still shooting them, not like hiding in the back of the map, but like hiding from them, because the mini maps in Black Ops are a lot, like the map up top is a lot smaller than it was in Modern Warfare 2, if you guys haven't noticed. So if you're a decent distance away, they'll just see a red arrow and not know exactly where you are, so you can still pick them off. But I love the spot that he's in right now. This is an amazing spot if you guys haven't noticed this. Puts a tactical insertion up there so you can get back up there again. But this is an amazing spot that he is in right now. This is one of my personal favorite spots in the game. But then he just seems to be kind of looking around, and then they call in a spy plane, and he gets popped off because I don't think he noticed there, but they were taking C. Now they're not on it, and then I guess they kind of forgot about him, because I don't know if they didn't see the tactical insertion, but I guess not. But I like that spot that he was in, but it was a good play on him not to go back up there anymore, because if you go back up to the same spot more than once, there's a pretty good chance that the other team's going to look for you again. So a good decision by him not to go back up there. Now this is a nice play to protect the flag. Gets 2 quick kills while getting really damaged by the first one, so that was a very clutch play by Goldglove. And don't really like how he went out there. I think he should have hung back a bit more, because now, yeah, his team all died around B, and then they took it. Now his team is getting triple capped, and now it's coming down to pretty much well, it's not desperation time yet, because they're still winning, but they're triple capped. The other team is controlling the map. They just countered Goldglove's radar again. They have a couple spy planes in the air, and it just seems like nothing's going right for Goldglove's team. I don't know if there's much else that he could have done this game to help his team. He tried, but in the end, I think the other team just they were taking the map control. One possibility that he could have done maybe was switch to, like I said before, a different class. just sometimes just if you use a gun too much, you just seem like it's not as good. And I'm sure we've all used the 74U too much, so maybe switching to another gun might have helped. But see, again, his team's just getting spawn trapped. There's not much else he can do. At this point, his team's done. They're getting spawn trap today, which is a very hard spawn trap to get out of because there's only 3 exits. So right about now, I think he notices the game is over, and I think he's just going for one more kill just to end the game off. But that's my analysis of Goldglove's gameplay. It was hard to. I was looking for a gameplay where he didn't do too good, which was pretty hard because most of his games were good. But he tried, but in the end, the other team was just too much. They were too organized, and they just took too good control of the map. So thanks for watching this, guys, and come check out my channel, I guess.